Hello, and welcome to our rendition of Act 4 in the play Macbeth. Of course, to fully understand what is going on, you'd have to have seen the first 3 acts.
We didn't because it was long and, well, we only had 3 days to do this. But we do understand one thing. This play is pretty awesome if you just realize that is basically some guy killing his way to the top in a power-crazed fury. How can you say that isn't awesome?
You can't.
But back to our act. Scene 1, there are 3 witches that call upon their evil masters to convince Macbeth that he is only to fear the Thane of Macduff. This, of course, is a great example of the dangers of being too ambitious. When you want something that badly, you will eventually get it, but at that point there's only one thing that matters, and not how you get it.
The second scene is when Macbeth takes a huge step to the metaphorical dark side. He hires 2 assassins to kill everybody in Macduff's castle. His wife, children, servants, everything. You name it, they killed it. And they killed it good. We're talking some high-class slaughtage. There wasn't anything left alive after those 2 came by.
We get it!
Sorry, they were just really, really dead. But back to the point. The best way to explain how the massacre was brought about itself is motive, especially Macbeth's motive. His thirst for ultimate power and security in his position leads him to do an abominable act, and he uses the prophecy that the witches gave him to try and justify his actions. But in truth, there is no just reason for his actions, however, and thus his first step into his sanity is reached.
And finally, scene 3. This scene is where Ross tells Macduff and Malcolm the news of Macduff's family. An important aspect of this scene is when Malcolm tells Macduff to dispute it like a man, and Macduff replies that he must also feel it like a man. He's trying to express that being a man is more than just going around hitting people over the head with clubs and setting things on fire. It's about feeling your emotions as well, which is an important part of becoming a king. Macbeth is a good example of what happens when you do one more than the other.
Well, that's our act. Now please enjoy our show. Round about the cauldron go, into poison entrails throw.
Double,
Double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Fillet of finny snake. In the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog. Wool of bat and tongue of dog.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Liver of blaspheming Jew, gale of goat and slips of yew, slivered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes.
You black and midnight hags, what is't you do? A deed without a name. Answer to me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand.
We'll answer.
Say if thou'st rather hear it from our mouths or from our master.
Come, let me see him.
Come high or low thyself and often
deftly show.
He knows thy thought. Macbeth, beware of Macduff, the Thane of Fife.
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution. Thanks.
Macbeth, laugh scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee?
Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Brenham wood, too high disdain hill, shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Tell me, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Show!
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo, who bears a glass which shows me many more. Now I see 'tis true. Where are they? Infected be the air whereon they ride. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, to give the edge a sword to his right, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line.
To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his title, from a place where himself does fly. How wilt thou do for father? Nay, how will you do for a husband? Why, I can buy me 20 at any market. Then you'll buy 'em to sell again. Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet I, faith, with wit enough for thee. Was my father a traitor, mother? Aye, that he was.
Where's your husband?
He is a traitor. Thou lies, thou shag-haired villain.
Young fry of treachery!
He has killed me, mother.
And on all the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned and evil to top Macbeth.
Old sword with 10,000 warlike men already was setting forth. Now we're together.
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. Stand
Stand
stop, then where did it?
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself.
What's the newest grief?
Each minute a new one. Your castle, it's surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered.
Merciful heaven!
My children too?
Wife, children, servants, and all that could be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed too?
Be comforted. Let's make use medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. And all my pretty ones. What, all my pretty chickens and their dam all fell in one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel like a man. Did heaven look on and not take their part? Sinful Macduff, they were all struck for thee.
Let grief convert to anger.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes. Gentle heavens, bring thou this fiend of Scotland within my sword's length.
Come, Macbeth is ripe for shaking.
Where's your husband?
He is a traitor.
Thou lies, that...
I had to come on, see. I'm sorry I look so hideous, but I
Oh,
had to
it's
come look.
fine. My mom always looks for it. She wakes up and hears just...
Hey JC, that's on camera now.
Well, let's do the witch scene.
Go.
Oh my god.
I don't know where we are.
Nay, how will you do a husband?
Castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered.
You mess that up. You will get it, but you have to get it. Some terrible things to do.
Oh, can I redo that
Merciful heaven.
My children too?
Can I redo my line? Because I messed up hugely the each minute one.
Just redo it.
Oh my god. Play the...
Maybe we're supposed to be newscasters.
This is some news.
It's already recording.
The woman with mine eyes.
Come,
Shut
Macbeth.
up. There's an Asian humping the camera. God damn it. Damn it. Okay. Damn it. Shut up. Okay. Killing the film.
But I want to do it right.
Your highlighting job sucks.
Your highlighting job sucks.
Damn it, Haley. And I can see we significantly screwed that up. We should have done a dry one. Stop it. She dead? She doesn't look dead to me. Maybe you should kill her some more. Haley! Stop!
Now we are filming.
What are you doing? Turn it off! Stan, Scotland, where did it? If you were to say how dead you were,
Even more.
how dead would you be? Like what word would you use to describe it? I didn't say anything. Jesus, man. would use corpse delicious.
You can cut now.
Okay.
And you
Okay,
almost
hey,
hit me
hey.
in the face.
Okay, but I need to reread mine.
I don't know where I am when you just.
Maybe
Hey, then you have to be
cadaverific.
Lady Macduff.
I need another mustache.
Oh.
Not in all the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned and evil, so talk Macbeth.
He has killed me, father, mother.
Just go.
Damn it!
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. God, I just want to.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Welcome to Cooking with Witches.
Today we're going to be conjuring up some evil spirits. They're tasty and delicious. This isn't really I have nude. It's salt, but we like to protect.
This isn't really blaspheming Jew. It's paprika.
We're not
Close enough.
racist. We're totally fine with the Jewish community.
We help them succeed that Holocaust. Most of it.
Okay. What do you mean that the three witches call upon their evil?
We'll answer. Oh, sorry.
Macbeth.
Okay, no. Shut up.
I know. She needs to hurry up and just do it out. No.
Macbeth, beware of Macduff, the thane of. Okay, come on. Macbeth, beware of.
Yes.
Hunter.
No.